I'm being interrogated. Anyway, let me turn that off. I thought that would help. Ah! Is it like Will Ferrell in Zoolander or like a clown or something? Woo! Movie we're talking about today is Darko, a Donnie Darko tale. The movie starts off with this scrolling text explaining the previous movie. And I love how it's in like this font that reminds me of like a goth girl's like high school like blog font, you know? This is probably like back when I was in high school, so like if she had a MySpace, this is like she went with all black, made the font kind of illegible like this, and constantly had like My Chemical Romance or some shit playing. Anyway, so here we have the title card, and it's that font again. Yay! And there's the little ring girl, DeVay Chase. She can totally do better than this, but she is the only returning cast member from the first film to come back. 'Cause why not? It's been like 10 years, right? We're on a road trip, can you tell? We're looking at a map. Confused. She looks up into the sky and sees a unicorn, and I immediately thought, oh god, are we gonna have like another Winter's Tale thing, you know? Where there's like cellophane wings and this horse could fly, and, you know, Will Smith is the devil and all that stuff. So yeah, of course the car breaks down because they're going from the East Coast to the West Coast, and I think they're stuck in like Utah or something. Anyway, so she thinks it's fine to just kind of lay in the middle of the road. Yeah, I know, not like no one's really coming by, although red car guy is here, but it's still kind of like, well, why are you that girl? I'm gonna lay in the middle of the road, and I'm just gonna be one with the world for like a bit, you know, just tell me if help is coming, and then I'm spiritual. Like, okay, honey, just look at her. Just look at it, like her in her like Jesus pose. Like, okay, honey. And they're driving like this old car. It's probably like someone's dad's. It's probably why it broke down. All right. So this is that dude from Gossip Girl. I've never watched that show, but I always see him in the promo. I remember being like, that guy has a face I want to punch. I thought he's like that stereotypical bad boy. He drives a red car. He wears a plain black shirt. He smokes cigarettes, puts the cigarette in the pack in his shirt because he's so freaking cool, man. You know, like, all right, hon. Little toughie there. He, you know, drives the girls to, you know, this gas station, pickup truck. Wow, the tow truck guy brings it in, and I love how like you're introduced to them like this. Like, dude is on his car, lounging, and then the girls are like, "We're just sitting here. You don't have a chair, so I'm gonna sit here. We're gonna sit back to back." You know, it's like, how douchey is this? And he's got ripped jeans. Of course, he's got ripped jeans. This poor man is just trying to do his damn job. Tow truck dude is like, hey, I could fix it for you guys. There's something wrong with the water filter or something. But it's gonna be a couple $100. And the girl's like, oh, you don't have that kind of money. And then freaking Gossip Boy here is like, I can fix it for you guys. And they're like, really? And he's like, turns to the tow truck guy and he's like, yeah, can I take a look in your junkyard? And he's like, yeah, if you want. Okay? So suddenly he's like, I'm gonna be helpful to these girls because they're cute and they're young. Barely legal. There's a missing kid. Because again, their car breaks down, there's some guy who's way too damn helpful, and then they go into a diner and they see like a missing, not diner, that's actually motel, and it's like, oh, missing kid. Of course, because why not? Because that's how like all these movies start, you know? There's a dude on a windmill, just to like establish that. Just like Donnie Darko, they tell you like, you know, they tell you the dates, kind of starts counting down. It gets really dumb. Anyway, so yeah. And I love how this movie's supposed to take place in 1995, but there's like so many anachronisms. So the girls spend the night at the motel because, you know, their car doesn't work, and Gossip Boy is gonna fix it, but who fucking knows when he's gonna fix it, you know? So they spend the night, and there's an infomercial for the Foreman Grill. She does her ring thing, and then reaches inside the TV, rather than reach out from the TV. you know? She pulls out a feather. George Foreman's giving like the thumbs up, like, you go do that, weird white girl. Oh my god. I like how in the beginning I said, hey, like the font and stuff looks like a girl's like high school blog and stuff. But then like this totally looks like that goth girl who be writing that blog, you know? It's the one who's like, I am sad. I'm sad. I'm always sad. You don't understand. I'm sad. I wear my spike bracelets the other way and then I push it into my wrists and then it hurts, but it feels good. And you're like, cool. I like Star Wars. Spooky ghost Devay Chase in a too much of a dress joins Windmill Guy because if we keep asking questions, we're not gonna get to the end of the movie very quick. So Windmill Guy, the Force, the shibbity schwa, whatever. The vortex opens up and she's, as the caption says, follow me. She jumps through the vortex and so does the Windmill Guy. The windmill exploded after they jumped off and they landed, like the both of them are walking away, then like boom, something crashes down, the windmill explodes. So kinda like in Donnie Darko, where, he's passed out in a field and the, plane engine lands in his room. It's like, oh, so we all know how this movie is gonna go around. So she wakes up on a park bench and a cop with shorts approaches her. They're investigating, obviously the explosion was probably really loud the night before, the windmill, and there's some sky poo. It's a meteorite, because sky poo. Of course they're sharing a milkshake, because I bet they have like $10 between the two of them, I doubt they're able to pay for the motel. Elizabeth Berkley is in this movie. You can already tell she is the mother of the missing kid, and she's very religious because she goes up to the missing kid poster and she does the cross thingy and she kind of does the little pray hands and she's always like crying and stuff. They call him Iraq Jack, and so it's obviously a vet who has PTSD and he's suffered some shit, but instead of being like, this guy needs help, and he's like the only vet in that little small town, so instead of being like, oh, this guy needs help, they're like ostracizing him and giving him shit like he's weird, they don't like, they go out to war and they don't come back the same, realize, instead of being like, because they see things, so we should get them help, it's like, that's what happens, sleep outside, you fucking bum. It's like, wow, okay. Harpo from the Twilight series. I think he did this movie before he did Twilight. Harpo's in this movie as like the nerdy guy. And because I know his acting more for the Twilight series where he's just like that guy, he did more talking like the last like movie. And then he did, The Last Airbender. So really, his IMDb is not the best. So that's an actual line in the movie. Because the friend is like, are you gay? Like, just, the fuck? Like, just out of nowhere, just ask him if he's gay, or like, I think you're gay, or something like that. So, this movie is 2009, where being that is okay. And then the girl leaves, and she's like, I don't think you're gay. That's cool, honey. That's nice, but your friend was horrible. So, Gossip Boy has a July 4th party, before July 4th. And it goes as you think July 4th parties with a bunch of young white people go. They're drinking, they're doing stuff. The friend broken kneecap. What kind of song is that? Anyway, the friend is like smoking weed because that's what they do. And of course it's like that dynamic, like she's the bad girl, and then she's the weird one. But we're like good together, where I make fun of her and then she just does everything I say. So, Gossip Boy takes a girl into his possibly dead brother's room, because his brother has also gone missing, and it's been so long, and he's like, he's probably dead, and, like, the girl kind of looks at stuff, he's like, don't touch anything, it'll upset my dad. This was also around the time where it's always, like, kind of cute, barely legal, girls with long hair were always in like these like kind of couture dresses, you know, looking like half dead. Were like that was like the thing. You know what I mean? That was like the thing, because I think was it like a Slipknot had like that kind of Avril Lavigne looking girl in their like Vermilion video, you know, and then it's like this, you know, it's just like it's like that look. Anyway, the Abyss monster shows up, as you can tell. So July 1st, 1995, 3 days remain. You're like, I wonder what's gonna happen. It's like it doesn't seem like, oh, what's gonna happen? Doesn't seem exciting. Like when you watch Donnie Darko, you're like, oh shit, what is gonna happen? You know. But there's also like so much more subtle nuance, you know, with Donnie Darko, because I know like it is a movie that like it is kind of, you know, like kind of a polarizing movie, because there are some people who are like really like it and they like get way into the mythos of it and they're like way too into the movie. Then there's people like me, like I like it, I enjoy it. Then there are people who are like, oh, I don't like it, it's just like weird to be weird, I also don't like David Lynch, you know, like that kind of shit. So you know, waterproof mascara has existed for a long time, and yet it's funny because it looks like she cried, but then she also mushed her face, and it's funny because I'm in like a full face of makeup right now, and like believe me, I want to just mush all this off. I'm just so tired. Well, I'm gonna talk about this movie. Yeah. So they're at like the bank or something, I don't remember. And she's crying, you know, my son and things and stuff. Anyway, the back nameplate disappears because you see it says Katie Sachs, well, Kathy Sachs, so that's a great name. And then, you know, she's talking with her fucking, like, Jesus Christ, just rubbed her eyes or something. And then, bam, it's gone. What happened? Yeah, once I saw Elizabeth Berkley make this face, I was like, what the hell is that face? And then I went, wait, why is it blank back there? And then she has her little, like, you know, bracelet with a key on it. And she's like, it's my son. It's my son. Then came the drugs and the anus sex. From the effects of the meteorite, Harpo gets like a rash, and he keeps scratching at it instead of, you know, getting some, you know, peroxide, Neosporin, Band-Aid, amputate. So DeVay Chase is walking, you know, around barefoot most of this movie. And at one point, you know, Gossip Boy and her friend, who has like a different color hair clipped into her hair every day. It's like red and it's blue and then it's gold, you know, like, because I'm different. Yeah, they're in the car, they see her like on the road or something, and then, you know, DeVay Chase was pretty much like, hey dude, are you done fixing your car? Like, when is that gonna be done? Like, I don't want to be here anymore. And the friend's of course like, you suck, da 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 da. DeVay Chase runs away. The friend gets out the car to kind of chase after her. Then a car comes out of nowhere and just like hits the dude. Yeah, so there's two other people in the car. You don't hear about their injuries at all. The boy just gets out all shaky, yada yada. The friend is fine. DeVay Chase is dead because it's like, this mystery car came out of nowhere that kind of looks like your guy's car, but not as light, not as blue as the other one. Anyway, it was just like, freak accident, oh my god, blah blah blah. Again, no other talk about the other two people in the car, although like there's a part where they're like in the hospital or something, and the person, I think cop or whomever, say like, oh, well, good thing you got out of the car, because then the death toll would have been 2. And I'm like, so the other 2 people are fine? July 2nd, 1995, 2 days remain. Thunder rumbling. Gossip Boy apparently actually has a job outside of like smoldering and not fixing a car and drinking and smoking all the time. I love how whenever there's like a movie and weird stuff happens, no matter the age of the people that are involved in the movie. So like, of course these characters are all young, they're probably like in their like late teens, early 20s, or like even if it's like a movie and someone's like 75 or something, there's always a reason that they have to go to the library and look at microfiche. That always happens. It always happens. You know? And it's funny because you think like, oh, they're young, they would probably go on the internet. But they're like, it's a small town, it's weird and stuff. What is the internet? You know? And so they're like, microfiche. One day remains because fuck it. The Abyss Monster makes a friend follow it, and she ends up following it to a tunnel that, has a light coming out of it, and then, because she was pretty much, obviously devastated that her friend's dead, and she was like, I'd give anything, to switch places with her, and the Abyss Monster is like, alright, well, we'll do that, yeah, we'll let you, do that. So she goes through the little wormhole or something, and then the wormhole opens up and drops, no, I think it sucks up the car. It doesn't drop the car, it sucks up the car. Yeah, so it sucks up the car, and then it like plays a bunch of things backwards, like rewind, do that shit, and then we go back to that scene, and then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been kind of da-da-da-da, and then she's like, you know what, blah, 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 says something and apologizes, and instead of, saying something mean to her, says something kind of nice, and she's like, okay, see you later, and then they go in, and the car accident happens again, but this time, instead of DeVay Chase dying, the friend dies. So now you start noticing that instead of just being like, this the whole time, she also has like a thing sticking out of her head. You're like, okay, that's new. And also I love how like both girls in this movie, the entire movie, like their hair is always, it's always like this, like right in front of their face, like, just gotta put it in front of my face like this. But it looks weird when you have short hair, but you get what I mean. So yeah, she wakes up under a bridge somewhere. Like she's fucking Kurt Cobain or something. Like, okay, honey. Ah, God, just put on some shoes. Like, I know the whole point is that she goes to bed and she somehow sleepwalks, and like the friend knows it, so she's not even like that weirded out, I guess when she was alive, that she just kind of disappears. But it's like, God, girl, if you sleepwalk, just sleep in some socks, I'm like, I know, I'm barefoot now, but like, just, if you just get up and go, either put on some socks when you go to sleep, or wherever the fuck you end up, or, I don't know, put on some shoes, handcuff yourself to the fucking bed or something, I don't know, but this is gross. It's like Britney Spears level of bleh. She's walking aimlessly in the morning, and she passed by the store window. It's got that dress. Yeah, so she sees the dress, right? And Harpo comes out of the store, and he's like, yeah, we just got it in. And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, this is like my parents' store. I work here sometimes. And it's like, it's fine. Having a job is okay. Working with your parents is okay. You need to check that rash out. Gossip Boy shows up, and because he wrecked his car and all that stuff, so he's on a bike, and he's just like, oh, and then like freaking, and of course he has like sunglasses on. Of course he has sunglasses, or had sunglasses on, and then Harpo was like, this is a rash. You know what's gonna make me do? Headbutt you. And so he like went down. He's like the youth minister guy, the youth pastor dude or whatever. And then she starts talking to him. They go into like the movie theater or something. I don't know. Like it's like it felt like they transported. Again, my attention span at this point in the movie was neither here nor there. Anyway, she starts talking to the guy, and I guess he's trying to like comfort her and all that stuff. Anyway, he puts his leg on her hand. He puts his hand on her leg. No touch, especially now in the Me Too era. That's a no good. I even wrote down, whoa, creepy Jesus guy. And mind you, before that, he gave her like a what would Jesus do bracelet. And she's like, no. He was like, wear it and think about every time. Puts, hand on leg and spread leg a little. Like, what would Jesus do? I'm like, not that, bitch. Oh, I said, I swear this feels like a movie someone could have made in high school. I keep saying a lot of this shit feels very high school. As a project to make a sequel to their favorite film. So, like they have like movie classes or whatever, like art classes. And a project could have been like, hey, like take your favorite movie and make a sequel. So they could have done like, Donnie Darko, and then done like a sequel, and it's just like a comedy, you know, like fuck it, do it, you know, and it's for a grade in school, so like it's not that big a deal, you know. But then someone like took it too far and was like, I've had this script since I was 14, you know, and it's kind of like someone's like, yeah, I'll give you money for that. Once this scene hit, I wrote down, there's 30 minutes left, and oh my god, why is this dragging so long? DeVay ends up in, like, by the tunnel where, like, her friend entered to reverse the turn back time. You know, that whole thing, you heard me. And she finds the key that Elizabeth Berkley carries with her. And then you're like, yeah, but why does that key open the gate to the tunnel? And it says it's her son's. Like, the fuck is that? Anyway, there's a dead kid. Oh, and another dead kid. Now we know where the missing kids are. Okay, which makes me think, if these kids have been missing, and it's a small town, yes, it's a small town, I don't think they really looked everywhere. The vet walks in, and he was just like, I did it! I did what you asked! And like, starts sprouting out this stuff, and of course, like, Gossip Boy is like, I'll hold you, you'll be fine, and then, Where's Shorts Cop, you know, tackles him, like, literally just, like, hits him, knocks him down, and arrests him, because that's how we treat our vets. So Elizabeth Berkley slaps DeVay Chase, because she was like, oh, it was her, it was her bracelet, you know, and mind you, they didn't really say all that. It's like your brain thought it while it was happening in that scene, and then when they were just like, they're like, she just, like, simply says, oh, the kids, da-da-da, it was her, like, pretty much just says it. She didn't even say, like, I found this key, like, there was no, like, again, you as the audience knew, but then, like, on the screen, they didn't really relay it to other characters that didn't put the pieces together, so she just kind of, like, said, like, Elizabeth Berkley did it! So then she slaps her, and then she just says, like, she had the What Would Jesus Do bracelet. She's like, this is my bracelet! And it's like, yes, I get all the connecting shit, but at the same time, you didn't say all that. You know what I mean? Like, you just said, hey, it wasn't the vet, it was her. And then and then that makes sense, but her responding with, this is my bracelet, well, we didn't say it was your bracelet, we just said it was you. Unless they cut a line, I don't know. Again, I'm asking too many questions with this movie, and we're just not, it's not gonna end, it's just not gonna end. She gets into her motel room, and she sees that dress she wanted on the bed. She's like, what the hell? She turns around, Harpo's there, just, I'm Harpo looking. Look how gross that shit is. That's actually pretty decent makeup. Like, that's gross. Like, you know? That's disgusting. Okay, it started off on his arm here. If you're like, man, like, bitch! You know, when she was like, oh, it's so gross, da-da-da, and he's like, you can see what I can do? And he's just like a baby who has to take a shit really badly. So he does that, pushes her. The bunny mask that the vet made of, like, full metal, he left it on top of the hill, and then she falls on it. She dies. I wonder how she got that thing in her head. But anyway, everything starts, like, rewinding. The vet is on the windmill because they said early in the film, oh, he should have been dead because he hangs out on the windmill all the time, kind of like in Donnie Darko, where, like, he was out, so the jet engine falls in his room, oh, he should have died, no, he lucked out, he's fine. End of the movie, it goes back to square one, and a flurp. Everything rewinds, it goes back to that day or night. The meteor hits, the vet's dead, everyone's alive, they find that kid. Because look at how new those fucking chains are. Like, yeah, guys didn't look hard enough. Especially if, like, DeVay Chase and the friend could just kind of, like, within walking distance, just get to it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this is the end of the movie, thank God. God, it took us, like, years to get here. It's the end of the movie. So it's after the whole meteor thing goes on, and before it was just like, oh, I woke up somewhere else, but this time, you know, she woke up in bed because she didn't do all the weird stuff, and then she was just like, hey, how often does that bus run? I think I'm gonna go, instead of, like, continue on their trip to California. like leaving her friend behind. And they're like, where are you gonna go? She's like, I'm gonna go back to Virginia. Like, okay, sure. She gets on that bus where there's no one there but her. Oh my god. Anyway, so she leaves. Again, she's the only one on the bus. She draws on the window with lipstick because, you know, that's sanitary. And then she kisses it. The window. Blah. That's the end of the movie. That's the end of the movie. This has been a waste of time. I've been meaning to, like, review this for, like, a year now. And I did it. I don't know what good it's done, but I did it. Actually, I have a poster for it somewhere.